The first who gives up in the game of egos wins. This is your finite self and the architect of the smaller game. But how was it created? The moment you distinguished yourself from others, you birthed the ego. Your idea of self, your sense of identity, this is your ego. By itself, the ego isn't bad. In fact, it's one of our most important tools for developing and evolving into our true potential. It reflects who we are in relation to the world around us, allowing us to learn, grow, and evolve while being part of a greater whole. You are a self-aware part of the code of humanity. Each person contributes to this program, responsible for their own piece of the code. Your improvement benefits the entire code of humanity. But to do this, you need to distinguish yourself from others, to understand who you are, what unique gifts you bring to the world, and where your weaknesses lie. The ego helps with this. It gives you the power of distinction. Yes, the whole can grow as oneness, but this evolution is linear. When each part grows individually and learns to love the others, then the whole becomes much greater. This type of evolution is exponential. The ego becomes a villain when it's the only aspect you identify with. That's when it becomes your master and hijacks your purpose in life. The ego's main mission? To achieve immortality. It craves safety, security, and approval, and dreads annihilation. Identifying solely with your ego is like believing you are just your reflection in the mirror. You are not the reflection. You're a dynamic event happening over time. There's nothing fixed about you. What you see in the reflection is merely an idea. It's not you. If you believe your ego is all you are, you confine yourself to that idea. The ego is responsible for the drama in your mind, all those imaginary scenarios and assumptions about what others think of you. It's an illusion, a simulation that plays in your mind. When the ego takes control, we often find ourselves acting irrationally, worrying, stressing, and hating for no reason. The more we play the ego's game, the more we create divisions and sides. The ego craves to be special, competing to be the best reflection in the mirror. It creates hierarchies in a world that's meant to be cyclical. It wants more and more. But here's the spoiler alert. The world will forget you. No matter what you achieve or create, time will eventually erase it all. Even your name will fade, just like those who came before you. And here's a reality check. The ego doesn't care about you as a whole. It does everything it can to maintain its existence, making life a competition rather than an experience. So, what can we do? We must recognize that the reflections of the ego are just illusions. The ego is the character of the game, but you are the player. Let's start focusing on our true selves. Are you ready to go beyond your ego? Will you take this call for adventure?